So, hey y'all, hey, if y'all don't know who I am Mentor Milan and I help women tap back into their feminine energy while also making boss moves, okay? And when I say feminine energy, I literally mean just that. I am not a feminist by any way, shape, or form. I believe in submission to the right man that is a masculine man, okay? I believe in all of that. If you do not know who I am here to stress that to you. I am not against the man. I'm not trying to take down the man, okay? But I do want women that don't have the man to refocus and recenter on themselves. So today, we're going to pump the brakes a little bit. I want you to stop villainizing that man. And I want you to refocus back on yourself, okay? You're you've been abandoning everything about you, everything about your standards, everything that you felt like you wanted and enjoyed just to keep your relationship. And so we cannot keep blaming this man because you have been not holding to your standards. You have been over giving, over explaining, like literally losing yourself just to keep a relationship. That is complete insanity. And once you learn to decenter that man, and I am not saying be rude to him, I am not saying to ignore him, but when he is not the sole focus of everything in your life and he is not the center, things will get so much easier for you. You need to pour back into you. Maybe in the beginning, something about you being a busy woman, a woman that had hobbies, some of those traits are attractive to men because then you don't have to be solely dependent on them. Okay, some men do not want the full responsibility of you on your daily life. Now, don't get me wrong, they love the providers, they love when you're in distress and they can help, but they don't want your every mood, every waking mood to be based off of them. They do not like that. That is too much pressure. And if you have a busy man, a provider, you need to stay busy enough to provide him the space to create the lifestyle that you guys say that you want. That's how I know majority of the time you ladies do not want the provider man. Those guys are busy. Those guys are taking phone calls on dates sometimes. These guys are still closing deals. If they're working around the clock around the world, sometime it takes away from that. And if you are that type of woman, you have to understand your place in their life. And don't get me wrong, they have to make space for you, okay? But most women have anxious attachment styles. We are very, very much attached to these men and we want to draw them in and draw them in. But, and they're all not self-sabotaging. They're all not avoidant. Some of them are just truly focused. And sometimes that is the most attractive part of a man that we love. We love how focused how he is. We love how disciplined he is to creating all of these things that we liked about him, right? How do you think he acquired the nice things? How do you think he got the business that he got? How do you think he got to that spot in that career if he did not have focus? You cannot come in his life and destroy that part of his discipline. Okay? I just want you to know that. So we got to stop villainizing these men. And we got to stop blaming the men that were not the greatest. Okay? I'm not going to bash them because at the end of the day, we have all been there, done that. We have all stayed with a guy that was not the best for us. And then we blamed him. Oh, well, he did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. It doesn't matter what he did. What did you put up with? What did you put up with? What did you sacrifice to hold that relationship together? What did you do with it? Right? So when we say these things, I always ask the people that I talk to, what did you play in that? What part did you play? When you realized you were unhappy and you let it go on for years, when you realized that things weren't going in the right direction and you allowed to stay in it, what do we do with that? He's not the only villain. You created that monster and then you grew it. You grew it. You brewed him. You put it together, right? So I just want you guys, again, stop abandoning yourself to keep a relationship. Okay? When you let go of you, that's probably one of the most unattractive things I've seen in women. I don't care what she looks like. When she lets go of herself, most men find that to be the most unattractive part of your life. And I'm not just talking about weight gain. I'm not talking about when you're not getting your nails done. I'm talking about even if you're doing all of those things. When that man knows that you don't have nothing going on for yourself, no matter how much money he has, right? No matter how successful he is, when he knows that you cannot be okay without him, that may be one of the most unattractive traits. If I'm lying in the comments, guys, I need your response. I'm just saying. Okay. I've talked to men over a decade, a lot of men. I worked in different career paths. I've been a hairstylist. I've been in the nightlife. I'm telling you these things because of the experience. I have a lot of close male friends. Okay. That is one of the most unattractive traits. So when I say decenter, I'm not saying take away from your relationship. Still do what you got to do. You know, like I said, I am a feminine coach. So I'm only going to coach you to be the most feminine. But baby, you need to go get a hobby. You need to go get a friend group that is going to keep you on the straight and narrow. You need to take your ass to the gym. You need to refocus on you. And I promise you, you will be more attractive to that man and you will even be a happier person yourself. Go join a damn book club or something. Go do something with yourself. Go start a business, okay? And stop solely focusing on the man, okay? We're not gonna beat the guys down in this one. All right, I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.